Alright, let's look at the homework 2, problem number 14. So we have this rational function given, and we want to find for part A intercepts. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so we want to find the x-intercepts. So all you have to do is set the function equal to 0, right? Then this will give us, all we have to do is make sure that the numerator is 0. So it's 3 minus 3x is equal to 0, right? Then we can easily solve that, right? So we can just subtract 3 from both sides. You have negative 3x is equal to negative 3. Then we can just divide through by negative 3. So we get x equals 1, right? So x-intercept is 1, right? So let's check the answer. All right, we got that. All right, so next one, y-intercepts. All right, so y-intercepts, all we have to do is we can just plug in x equals 0 into that function. So we just have to find the f of 0, right? So if you plug in 0 on top, you can see that there's only 3 left over, right? The denominator, 0 minus 5, so it's a negative 5. So y-intercept is negative 3/5, right? So let's plug in. We have negative 3/5, right? Check the answer. We got that. All right, next question is, let's see, we have to hit continue. And part B, determine the domain of this function. So let's find that. Right, since this is a rational function, we have to make sure that the denominator is not equal to 0. So if you look at the denominator, which is x minus 5, we have to make sure that this is non-zero, right? Then if you isolate x by adding 5, we know that x cannot be equal to 5, right? So if, I don't know what form they want, real number except for, so 5 is so this is domain is all real numbers except for, right? Remember that the 5 is a bad number, so that's that. Check the answer. All right, we got that. All right, part C, what are the vertical asymptotes? Right? Remember that the vertical asymptotes happens when the denominator becomes 0, but not the numerator. So in this case, we know that the x equals 5. We're going to have a vertical asymptote. So vertical asymptote is x equals 5. All right, let's check the answer. All right, we got that. All right, and what is the horizontal asymptotes? Right, so let's look at that. All right, so the power on top, a degree on top is 1, so that's the highest power, and degree on the bottom is 1, so we have the same degree. So the horizontal asymptote, let's go here, can be found by saying y equals, all right, a leading coefficient. So leading coefficient on top is negative 3. So I'm going to put the negative 3 on top. And then leading coefficient on the bottom will be just the 1. So I'm going to put the 1 on the denominator. All right, so we know that the y equals negative 3 would be the horizontal asymptote. Right, so your y equals, let's see, negative 3. All right, let's check the answer. All right, we got that. All right, and let's see, hit continue. And then we want to choose the correct graph, right? So let's look for the vertical asymptote. Vertical asymptote is at 5, so let's look at part A. And I guess if this is 5, that'll be okay. So this is that. Right, this one, vertical asymptote is on the negative side, so this is not the correct picture. All right, C doesn't even have a vertical asymptote, so C is the wrong one. So it's going to be between D and A, right? And then let's look at the horizontal asymptote. Horizontal asymptote was supposed to be negative 3. This guy actually has on the positive side since it's above the x-axis, right? So which leaves us here. So horizontal asymptote is on the negative side. So D is the only reasonable one. All right, let's check the answer. All right, we got that. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.